Alrighty, guys, we're gonna be live in a couple of minutes here. Um, so yeah, let's just get a few things under control. Move the screens over to the different monitors here. And yeah, okay. That. What's up, Mark? Yeah, crazy volatility. It's a lot of fun though. A lot of fun. Um, just looking at like the headlines right here on CNBC. Um, mm, we do have the CPI report tomorrow, so I think that's going to be. Um, I think that's going to definitely be. It'll give us something. I mean, if it's hot, we're going to come back down. And I think, ultimately the Fed is probably going to keep raising rates. It probably won't be 50 basis points now, but it could be 25, for the next couple of months, what I'm kind of guessing here. We're approaching pretty decent area for Bitcoin, the double spiral line pocket. There are, well, we'll talk about it once the stream starts, but there are some decent signs that we're probably going to finally, come down from this rally we pumped up. Oh my God, 26% in one day, which is pretty, excuse me, pretty wild. Pretty wild here. What happened on Sunday? It pumped. But nice. Prague's a cool place. What's up, Nay? What's up, NBF? What's up, Ethan? I'm gonna start in just a minute here, just 40 seconds. And yeah, man, that was a big pump though. You still have the 8-day red dot printing, so as long as if that confirm, that's not confirming about 9 days. Okay, so a few of them are gone here, but as long as that confirmed, I mean 10-day now printing green dots. There's a lot of mixed, yeah, and I'm looking at regular candles. I would probably take the Heikens more seriously, but I think that 8-day is kind of where a lot of this lies right now in the general trajectory of this market. But let's get started. Alrighty, what is up, guys? You probably should be able to see the chat below me. Let me know if that's annoying. Let me know if you enjoy seeing this. I don't know, you can't see the price, unfortunately, with this, but oh, this is too. Well, I mean, is it breaking 25K? We'll see. Bitcoin was more than 5 banks. Yeah. It could, maybe tomorrow it could. So let's get into the analysis here. So right now, the 2 week, was looking as bearish as possible. Now we're seeing a little bit of like questioning, like the VWAP's hitting some traffic here, hitting traffic. Well, I mean, more so like, let me move this. Yeah, I don't know where I want to even put this. I'll put it here for now. But kind of like hitting that sideways area. So it's kind of a question, can you pump up farther? I kind of don't think you will. I mean, we got the 200. So the big thing we need to look at before we even look at anything else, we got the 200 weekly moving average. Very big point. Rejected pretty fiercely from it here. You don't even have to make it up back there. You could reject theoretically from where we kind of are right now. The weekly not looking too bad with the VWAP going up. Split RSIs though. So it's kind of just a lot of the same of what we've seen. Just this choppy kind of environment. To a certain extent, what we've seen kind of since January, mid-January, and then kind of still just that consolidation. The other thing we want to look at here, we want to look at the 8-day. This, as long as this confirms, I would still be more in the bear camp, be much more in the kind of bear camp, as long as this confirms. And I don't think, the Fed, I think they're going to raise it by probably 25 basis points. I don't think they're going to do the 50, but I think they still want to tackle inflation. I think the fact that they bailed out the depositors for this doesn't mean too much, and I think that's still going to hit us kind of hard and come down. I also think kind of, as more news of layoffs and things come out, I think it's going to be more so where that starts to act as it should act and bring us down. So I think more of the market coming down is going to be driven by layoffs, driven by these type of things. And now, you talk about people afraid of banks putting money into Bitcoin. That's a good, it's obviously a possibility. I want to say that could bring us into a new bull run, but at the same time, I feel like we've kind of lost some of that credibility with FTX, kind of brought us back in time. And the fact that Bitcoin is just down so much, I feel like people are going to more go into gold and silver for at least the next kind of 6 months until we see some serious regulation be passed. That's kind of my view on it. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, and we had this big pump up. I mean, just looking at looking even in like a bull market, when you have a big 25%, jump, 26% jump up like this, it would make sense to have somewhat of a decline down. Now on your daily here, well, let's look at the 2-day. 2-day doesn't look half bad. You got the green dot that could bring us. I mean, I'm just looking at it. I mean, I don't think a repeat of that, but that would be wild. I mean, that would be just hyperinflation nonsense, everything hitting you at once back up to 30K. I guess it's possible. I kind of hope, the thing too, what kind of Alex Becker just tweeted, like, if Bitcoin really starts pumping like crazy, hyperinflation, all those bad things happen, so-called, you'll be rich. In turn, your money will be worth more, but the buying power there, you know what I mean? So we kind of want to hope the Fed still stays hawkish for a bit, get that under control. We'll see how the CPI is tomorrow. And then if you look at, kind of the daily here, RSI is coming up, so that could have kind of played out, and you're confirmed in the red here. So I feel like this kind of could have played out to a certain extent, this deep anchor wave here. And let's bounce off of there. And then what we're looking at here too is VWAP's starting to come down the 5-hour. Keep in mind this VWAP's been above the 0 line for a long time here. Same with the 4-hour. Now we're starting to curve back down a little bit, as you can see. So there's some signs here. There's some signs here that we may be at least headed down a bit. Your 3-hour, not looking too bad. Money flow coming up. Here was a pretty good short entry. Here was not too good of a long entry. It could be like that, where it's kind of not too good of a long entry. That would maybe repeat that, mess with this area, or maybe we come down earlier. There's a potential for that too. If you look at the 2-hour, the VWAP could curve down, give us a bearish div relatively soon, in the hourly, this money flow is generally still coming out even through a lot of this kind of rally here. So I'd say that bearish div may be a good place to potentially look to go short. Same with this bearish div printing on the 30-minute. That confirms in 12 minutes. I'll be in the stream when this confirms. So yeah, I mean, let's see here. And then this to that, you got a bearish div right there as well. So right here, I mean, the 200 weekly is going to be huge. You know, right around this pocket, that's going to be huge. I almost feel like, because the thing too, let's look at ETH. The thing too is ETH. Let me just show you. Let's zoom out. You got this trend line in ETH. See this trend line kind of here to here? You're hitting it and rejecting off of it right now. Even though that 2-day has the green dot, maybe in 7 hours, once that confirms, that's just the sell signal that confirms you're kind of done with this rally. Same as like the daily confirming in the red over here. This confirmed in the red pretty recently. So yeah, I mean, that's the main thing I'm kind of looking at over here. And VWAP coming down there, 8-hour VWAP and above the zero for a while. So there are a lot of signs that we're hitting traffic. You know, there are a lot of signs that we're almost done with this rally, I think. And then if you look at funding fees, just funding fees were interesting because funding fees, like a lot of people got stopped out this morning. Now funding fees are kind of stabilizing. They were more like really in favor of shorts a little while ago, like it was 1.5 on BITGET. And then some of them are high here and there for certain coins. So yeah, so that's the thing there. That's coming down. And then if you look at really low time frames, you know, money flow overheated there, 1 minute money flow coming out. So in the short term, I would think kind of the scalp shorts would be a decent thing. I got stopped out of a short this morning, entered a little bit too early. That was kind of a rookie mistake. I'll show you kind of my mistake here and you know how it could have been avoided. So I entered I thought this spiral line pocket would give us at least a scalp down a little bit. That's what I was thinking. So I entered on this high anchor wave in the 10-minute. Bad idea, got stopped out. And the reason why it was a bad idea is because we weren't seeing like any bearish divs when I entered, you know, any bearish div. We were just seeing these high anchor waves. We weren't seeing any actual bearish divs in the lower time frame. So that was kind of a rookie mistake. Obviously anything could happen. That trade could have won. That's kind of the first loser in a little bit here. That trade definitely could have won, but a little over eager this morning. But I do have a new trade in which I think is more of a swing trade, which probably has much more of a higher probability, and you guys can probably guess kind of where I'm looking to go based on this analysis. But if you're interested in that, in the trade, the link is in the description below for the exclusive Discord. We're also doing a trading competition. Let's see how you guys are doing in the trading competition. Only with my link down below, you could win. It's 500 total. We're giving away. First place gets 250, and these are the things right here. So here's the leaderboard, as you can see. So not doing too well at the moment, but I think some people could definitely turn it around here. Yeah, it's about break even, that one. So you do have pretty good odds. You do have pretty good odds. You don't need a VPN to use MEXC if you're in the US or anywhere. And if you're in the US, Canada, Australia, or the UK, you get $20 just for signing up with my link down below. It takes about 15 seconds. You don't even have to deposit to get a $20. So I'd suggest, you know, just mess around with the exchange with that $20. See if it's actually an exchange you like the interface for or want to use. There's no limit fees there. Market fees are really cheap, so that's the benefit of it. You got 7 days here. So yeah, check that out if you are interested. I think that's all I have to say about that. I'll give you one, if you deposit at least $100 on there too, or any of the exchanges down below, using my link, I will give you 1 free month in the exclusive Discord. Just shoot me a DM on there with your UID, and I will fix you up. DM on Discord. So yeah, having said that, you know, right now, so what are we looking at? I mean, we got the bearish div in the 30-minute, money flow coming out. That's a decent sign. And the thing too is if we fall below this area, this spiral line pocket right here, that's a pretty bearish sign if we fall below this. Now, I think you're going to be priced sideways for a little bit, you know, bear and bull fight to see what happens. But fall below that, that's pretty bearish. Or if you come up, that's a lot of work up there to break through that. It's a lot of work up there to break through that. Well, that was it's a big feeling, yeah. What's up, guys? Gano, appreciate you. Longest morning, yeah. It happens, man. You still got some profits, though. Um, let's see here. And the thing too here is you still have the 8-day. I mean, let's just look at some of these higher time frames. You still have the 8-day. I feel like what we're going to see here is a bit more money flow coming downward. Well, here you were already bottomed out, but the thing is, let's look at our gold, man, is pumping for the same reason, probably, yeah, fear of traditional banks. Gold, I think, has a good trajectory for, next few years here. I think we could potentially hit 3,000 within the next, 3 to 5 years here. What's up, Jay Sherlock? Appreciate you. You've been a long time follower. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you guys. Hit a like button if you enjoy the content. So that's gold, and then silver. Lagging behind a little bit on silver, but I think you're going to kind of turn around a bit. It's just a much more volatile version of gold. Money flow generally coming up. In terms of where this could end up, let's see. I mean, if we get, the deeper anchor wave, I could see you making a new high into towards the end of the year, 30 or something. Could be a good trajectory there. And then if we look at, I'm just curious, like how some of the altcoins did in this rally and Bitcoin dominance. So still all like red Heiken Ashi candles here on Cardano. Less of a, not too much of a pump here. I want to actually look at Bitcoin dominance too. Yeah, so that's the thing too, guys. Bitcoin dominance, a little bit of a bear trap there, and then Bitcoin dominance coming up. So what does this mean? What does this mean? For long-term accumulation, we're still in an area where Bitcoin is the best thing, and I think the people who are FOMOing into every pump on the altcoins, what's going to happen is, what I could say with probably a good amount of confidence, unless you're some genius who knows which altcoins to get into, not financial advice, but unless you know which ones, you're probably not going to beat Bitcoin as long as this stays bullish here. And I think this could come up quite a bit. And the reason I think, just based on the technicals here, and I think ultimately we're going to see much more pain for the next kind of 6 to 12 months here. Maybe the earliest, March into June, July, maybe the earliest, but yeah, I've been saying 6 to 12 months. I'm just used to saying that. Now it's more like a 4 to 10 months, 4 to 10 month type of thing. So yeah. And now if we look at kind of what's happening, we are pumping up a little bit more here. See a red money flow crossover. So far that's a buy signal, but this is going to confirm pretty soon. And this could be the last kind of bear trap, and then you come up there. That could be the last one, but I think the hourly too. And then the other thing too, guys, 15-minute, once this crosses into the red, that's going to be a good place. I think 30-minute as well. So it's a patience game too. It is a patience game too to a certain extent, but when you pump up this much, something's, I mean, that was a big pump too, but at least a little drop down, a little bit of red there. I'm curious about the monthly too. So you still have the VWAP kind of curving down in the monthly here. You did have the 3 green candles. So we could close this green while it's a little bit lower. We could close this one green. I want to compare this to kind of the NASDAQ. What's up, accurate components? I want to compare this to the NASDAQ a little bit after the dot-com bubble. So look what happened here. So the second one was the top. The second, if we're kind of in this area, the second one was the top, and the third one still closed green in the Heiken Ashi. That could happen here. We still close green as long as we close above, 22 or 21. So more of a sideways kind of march potentially. And then all hell breaks loose into, April forward. So this would be the case for how many monthly? This would be 8 monthly bars, eight bars. So let's see there, where would that bring us to? That's December, so towards the end of the year potentially for a bottom if things get uglier, which I think they might. So yeah. The other thing too that would be momentous in terms of flipping more bullish is if all of these EMA ribbons could turn bright. If all of these could turn bright. Hasn't happened yet, we're close to it, but fun fact is on the weekly, let's go back to the NASDAQ after the dot-com bubble on the weekly, it's similar. It's almost like we're in a simulation, how similar this is. Let's go back here. I think it was, where was it? Around, yeah. See, some of them got bright. It's like the same thing. Some of them go bright, then you started coming, you came down a bit. This could be like the drop to 20, then one more pump up close to it. That would be wild if it repeats that. That is a similar frickin', because look, let's just go on the weekly here. Look at that. And let's just do even the volatility. This was a 62% jump. This was a 60% jump. Very similar. This was, let's see how much of a drop this was, 22% drop. This was okay, it was less, a 10% drop. But then, 10%, okay. But if it was kind of the same, that was a 22% drop and then 24%, 22% pump, wow. That would be wild if it repeats. You guys following this? That would be wild. I think we're close to being topped out. We'll see though. I'd like to have more confidence. I'd like to see the hourly confirm a bearish div. But as this 30-minute confirms in a minute, I think that's a decent sign. I mean, I think it was a pretty big short squeeze. I think there's, people taking money out of banks buying Bitcoin. I think what's going to happen, CPI report, if that's kind of hot, that brings us down more. But yeah. DCF, you're doing good, but that was a risky long to take on Matic, my man. Unless you know something I don't, and you might know. I'm not claiming to be smart or nothing, but yeah, I'm happy for you did well. But that, I don't know. I mean, you obviously could have done well just shorting Bitcoin from 25 down to 20 and taking a lot of profits there. I don't know, Matic. I mean, yeah, this trade, that's risky, man. That's risky. I mean, that's coming up there. I mean, I think this point, I think we're getting close, this kind of point, if we hit there. I mean, usually when you get this close, maybe one more drop up. That 22 minutes about to come into the red there, so decent signs. We're getting overheated here. Oh, okay, so you're just trading Matic, DCF. You're doing swings and scalps and yeah. NASDAQ too, let's just go on. So it's kind of like even here, it doesn't look much because if you look at the daily, confirm the blood diamond, 2-day, the red X2, like this jump doesn't mean too much, guys. I think we're still kind of in let's just look at, some of like that red X right there, that's a trajectory down. That could be even March 27th. I mean, a lot. There's going to be a lot of volatility, guys. And I mean, it could be bad too. It could be more like one of these theoretically. I mean, that's down into April, 9,000 there, 10,000, where you finally test 10,000. I mean, yeah. Check bonds. So I'm not an expert on bonds by any means. I think I should study the treasury bonds a little bit more. Are you talking about let's see, well, let's look at it. I mean, does TA even work on these too much? This is the one a lot of people have been talking about, the 20-year or whatever. Or have they? I don't know. Looks like it kind of let's see, treasury. Well, you were asking about the 1 year. Let's try the 1 year. Treasury, 1 year, or no. I don't. You gotta give me a ticker for that. Yeah. What's up, Andrew Freeman? What's up, Siddhartha? Let's see here. Yeah, I don't. Oh, 1 to 3 year treasury bond ETF. How much is this down from? 7%. That weekly looks pretty good. And you could sell this whenever, right? This isn't like locking up your money. I don't mess with bonds too much. I don't know. I feel like because you can't even make too much more off of this than you could really make in like a, unless you really know what you're doing. But this does look pretty good. I like this right here. This looks pretty good. I do like this. It's the shy. Let's see. I think it would be proven right. We're going to see a disgusting top. I even agree. Timeline. Only reason why I've been. Yeah, I mean, you do what you do, DCF. No, if you were, you seem like you know what you're doing. Like from the vibe I was getting, it seemed like you were just blindly like longing every dump on Matic. But yeah, I understand people are excited about less rate hikes, but still have inflation high. So to me, this means inflation stays higher even longer. I don't think, it probably, because it probably, like, I still think they're going to raise this month. I think it's going to be 25 basis points instead of 50, probably because of this. So that could just make it for a more, like, elongated, take longer for us to bottom out, and then at the same time longer for us to come back, maybe. Let me take a sip of coffee. Yeah, I think this Anthony guy doesn't really know what he's talking about here. You get muted if you keep it right. Dead cat. We already had the dead cat bounce. FOMO money is a law. Just true. Yeah. How do you think SPY looks in the short term? Okay. So yeah, let's look at the SPY. I didn't look at that yet today. That's starting to come down to here. We confirm that. Yeah, we confirmed that bearish div there. Confirm the same thing there. That could have been the local top here, guys. These points do tend to act like a magnet a little bit though, but it could, let's see. So, yeah, I do think, I mean, in terms of the next 24 hours, it's a little hard to say, but I would say more bearish with the CPI report. Also, the red X here, this confirms in 3 hours. This jump didn't take this away. And that could, generally bring us downward. I mean, you could have a green wick like there, but I think it's going to be more like this or that, generally kind of just downward here. I mean, we didn't get up too high today. By the way, guys, check out this trading competition on MEXC. Really good platform. First place gets $250. You have some pretty good odds here. Nobody's even in profit at the moment. So you got some pretty good odds here. No VPN required. If you do sign up to MEXC with my link and deposit at least $100 and send me your UID in a DM on Discord, I will give you one free month of my exclusive Discord. So yeah. When's the CPI report tomorrow? I forget. Is it usually at like, what time? 8 a.m. or something? It's usually early, I think. So good odds to win $250. Really good exchange, MEXC. I think it's a new up and coming exchange, so check that out. So let's look at, I just wanted to see the ticker, like how much are we, okay, so NASDAQ up 70 points. So a very sideways day, and the Dow looks like the Dow is probably going to be able to close red now. Very volatile, very sideways day. And this is indicative of a lot of people just not knowing what the hell is going on. Like, oh, should I sell, take my money out of banks, put it into Bitcoin? No, take it Bitcoin, gold, no, silver, no, S&P 500. You know what I mean? This is just emotion. This is just a lot of emotion here. And, I think ultimately, people would ask, what's the, it depends obviously how much risk you want to take, but what's like the safest kind of portfolio? What's the safest place to park your money in this type of environment? Not financial advice. None of this is ever financial advice, but I think a diversified portfolio right now of money in a savings account. I'm not that into bonds, but maybe that's good too. Money in a savings account that you can have access to, theoretically. Also, Bitcoin in a hardware wallet. That's number 2. Number 3 is, if you're depending on, your personal opinion, gold and silver, whether you want physical or ETFs, that's up to you. But yeah. So let's see here. Mortgage rates tumbles, so dropping a little bit. Yeah. I think these rates are going to tumble and the price of houses are going to go down. Just create a better buying opportunity into later this year or early next year. Housing is more delayed. Real estate's more delayed. We may not see that bottom until like maybe even like mid 2024. Real estate's more delayed. It's a slower mover. And kind of as we're seeing, okay, we're seeing the NASDAQ start to come down a bit right now. We're seeing the S&P 500. Let's look at that. Start to come down a bit. Now you're, Blood Diamond, wow, it's just a 30-minute, but now you're kind of, Bitcoin may kind of follow that. Yeah. Man, volatile times, that big jump up. Let's look at the 90-minute. I haven't looked at that in a little while. Yeah, I mean, you're about to get that bearish div. The hourly, I think, it does seem more. Yeah, definitely a bit more. But this looks, I mean, I got to study more about bonds. I've had people explain it to me. I've just been too lazy to watch YouTube videos about it. But, I mean, let's look at this, what we could see here. If we have somewhat of a repeat of this trajectory, which you might. Yeah, that's a nice, into the next, that's July 2020. It's a while to wait, though. But, I mean, yeah. Let's also look at some of the short funds I've been in, and they're doing pretty good. I mean, this one's on real estate. I think you got a good trajectory up to this high again, probably. Maybe even higher into kind of mid to late this year. I mean, if we bottom out in, let's say, October, November, December, oh man, you could theoretically, I bought a little lower than where we are right now, I believe. 200%, that's pretty good. Same for the SQQQ. Now, if it is towards the end of the year, you could get up to these kind of areas here. Maybe move, that's locked, whatever. Move that, that's a good trajectory upward, from where we are right now. 200% potentially. I mean, this is using leverage, so obviously be careful. But and then if we look at I just want to look at some of the big boys here. I was looking at the big boys, and Amazon, red Heiken-Ashi candle. This little. Let's see the highest time frame with the. Oh, that's a new development. First time ever. Well, no, not the first time ever, but that was 06. I don't know what the hell happened there, but 01. Yeah. Not a good sign. Not a good sign at all there on Amazon. Man, that's bad. That's coming down, money flow coming out. Ooh, that's bad. Yeah. I mean, I just don't think. I mean, as much as I'd like Bitcoin to kind of just rally while all this stuff gets killed, I just don't think that's going to happen yet. I think we need the regulation to come in for that to really happen, to just have the amount of trust in it, because I don't think retail is just enough to really bring that up high enough. I think you need more regulation and to trust more like higher income individuals. That's what I kind of think. And then we looked at the 3 week, but we looked at the monthly. This all looks terrible. Jeez, Amazon I think is going to get. Amazon could go to $50 here, guys. Like, Amazon could get killed. I mean, that's back 5 years, $50. That's typical of recessions. Alphabet too was a good short I've been talking about. I mean, I just want to see the trajectory if you were to like short this, and that's 42% down. Alphabet right there. Red dot in the monthly we've already nullified this as being the bottom. I mean, I think you're at least going to go down to kind of like 72 here, by this summer or something, by the end of the year. Probably even worse. You probably could end up at these areas, December 2018 areas for this. I know I sound extremely bearish on this, but that's just what the charts are telling me. Could be wrong, but that's what I'm kind of thinking. And then Tesla as well. I think this is, so you got the monthly. I think, this isn't gonna, probably confirm that red green dot, but yeah, trigger wave here. I think the trajectory is downward. Where would this? Yeah, this is the way I map. Yeah, you get it 70 by the end of the year, something of that nature. That's what I'm looking at there. And then if we want to just look more, yeah, so Bitcoin's continuing to kind of come down here a bit. Cool. Kind of as I've been saying. And then, so that one's there. And then Tesla. What are some other? This better be coming, yeah. So you got the red X here on the weekly. And that's, let's just see the last time we had a red X in the weekly. I mean, this was 2018, and that's that trajectory. That'd bring you down to like 200. Back to this volatile freaking thing. But I mean, imagine if it repeats like this, just all that for nothing, and then ooh. I mean, that's still only, if you come down to like 85, let's say, that's still only back to, February 2016. You know what I mean? That's still only, and this thing still would have a 70% down from here. It would still have like a $50 billion market cap or something. I don't know if it's not come that low, but there's just not much to latch onto. I mean, maybe 100. So yeah. Here was this one got killed. Let's see how this is. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is one of them. I wonder if this could go bankrupt already back there. You technical target down there, but there's not much to latch onto. Well, yeah, right there, 250. And then what do we have? Meta. Ooh, Meta platforms. Okay, so big rally upwards, split RSIs, red dot in the weekly. That's what we like to see. This could be a great short right here as soon as this confirms. Down fit. Ooh, that could be a good short. That could be a good. There's money to be made. I mean, NASDAQ itself, obviously, there's money to be made shorting this crap right now. I think, not financial advice, but yeah, and that just confirmed. That looks so good. I mean, that's just beautiful. Like, well, okay, it's technically, to be fair, it's technically not a bearish div, but still, like, that's what. Yeah. Oh, a ton of shorts definitely got liquidated. A lot of people got wrecked. And now we're starting to, less excitement. We're starting to kind of get boring here, but man. Let me take a sip of coffee. Okay, so yeah, that was that, and then in NASDAQ here, I know I already looked at it, but I just wanted to take another quick. Definitely doesn't look as bad as like freaking Google or Amazon or Meta or Netflix right now, or any of the other big ones that everybody knows, but yeah, red X right there in that 2-day, that confirms in 4 hours. I think that's going to give you a good trajectory downward here, guys. What do I think about CPI, Fed stuff tomorrow? So, no shit, I was talking about that a little bit earlier. What I think is, I mean, I don't know. No one can predict how CPI is going to be. I think it's probably going to be hot, and that brings us down, kind of marks the end of this rally to a certain extent. And I think the Fed is going to Fed's going to raise the basis points by 25 basis points. I don't think they're going to do 50 because it would kind of look weird, after bailing out kind of the depositors. But I think they're still going to do 25 basis points. And I think they're going to do it for some months to come, like at least until something breaks. Breaks being like, at least until everyone starts admitting we're in a recession, because we're still not even to that point yet. So I think that's going to keep going on. I think it's going to be 25 basis points at least, maybe 3-4 more months, something like that, depending. I don't think it's going to be 50. I don't think it's going to be 0. I really don't think they're going to be, pausing it this quickly. What's up, Wendell? Appreciate you. Why do you prefer Twitch to YouTube? So I had a contract with Twitch. They gave me a really nice offer to stream exclusively on there. That ended, so now I stream on both. Some people like Twitch better. Some people like YouTube better. I do both. More places. More people will find you. That's what I'm kind of thinking. But most of my audience is mainly on YouTube. But can't hurt to have a separate platform. It's easy to do it on Restream and learning new things, you know. And yeah, let's look at the 2 week here. I meant to click the 2 week. Yeah, I mean, that's still, I mean, the thing too for Bitcoin is it's like still, I mean, unless we could avoid confirming this, come on, unless we can avoid confirming this 8-day here, you know, it's 6 hours. I don't think, unless you pump up to like above 25, this is probably going to confirm here. And yeah, unless you avoid that, I think you're going to kind of start to head down. You know, thing the daily too, that's all coming into the grays. You get those little, you know, bear traps for people that enter too late. But, you know, in terms of a lot of the swing shorts for the altcoins, and yeah, I mean, let's just look at, you know, like Cardano Bitcoin through this. Yeah, it's still bleeding against, through this whole rally. It's still bleeding against it. You know, blood diamond galore. You know, this would be, I believe I'm swing shorting this. I have a lot of swing shorts in the Discord. The swing shorts in the Discord, guys, not financial advice, but they would be good. This would be a good place to get into some of them. No promises. You know, I don't have a crystal ball, but I think the probability of them winning is very high. If you guys are interested, link in the description below. Also, if you sign up to any of the exchanges down below, with my link and deposit at least $100, I will give you 1 free month in the exclusive Discord. Just shoot me a DM with your UID or the email you used to sign up with on Discord. I'll get that sorted. MEXC is really good right now. We're doing a trading competition. Let me show you. And you got pretty good odds to win $250 here. Nobody's even in profit right now. So, I mean, theoretically, you got some good chances. You got end assets above 100 USDT. Till taker volume. So if you do one like market order, the market orders are cheap here. The funding rates are very, or the transaction fees are pretty cheap. They're the cheapest ones I think for any major exchange. Limit orders are free. I don't know. They want you to do at least one here. Maybe if you get stopped out, cash out, or enter a one market order, you're fine. Make sure you read the things here. Also, if you do sign up with my link down below, if you're in the U.S., UK, Canada. Or Australia, you get $20. You don't even have to deposit if you use my link. And I'd suggest just use that to mess around with the exchange, see if you like it, practice with it. You should always know how to use the exchange before you start messing around with real money in there. Some people get a little bit too trigger happy. So yeah. Any thoughts on Hex? Let's take a look. Yeah, this has pumped up like crazy. I don't know does anybody know what Richard Hart's doing to make this pump up like crazy? It does weird stuff. I remember it was like pumping when everything crashed in May of 2021. Give me a second. So man, I mean, this thing's been up a lot. Let's see, is this like an 8x from? No, it's only a 300%. Yeah, I mean, the last time you were in the 3-day in the green, it just rolled over like that. So that's kind of my guess here. Just kind of roll over, make a lower low into middle to later this year. But it does weird stuff, and Richard Hart probably has his has some ideas up his sleeve. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look too bad in terms of money flow here coming up. But the thing is, every time we come into the money flow look, it just keeps coming down. So, well, yeah, I mean, we made a higher high. It doesn't necessarily like convince me that this thing looks terrible in the 16-hour. I mean, I wouldn't buy it right now, but if you know something I don't, maybe it could be a good thing. Hex is supposedly a Ponzi. Yeah, never heard that before. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's some do your own research. I'm not an expert on it, but research the thing before you put money into it. Whales moving a lot of Bitcoin into finance. Yeah, they're probably about to dump it. Fed bailout on my taxes. It's good, man. It's good. So yeah. Would I short Bitcoin at 24K right now? So, I mean, I don't want to I have a details on that in the Discord that people are paying for, so I don't want to give too much information. But you, with a setup like this on the 30-minute, you have some decent odds. Depends where you want to put your stop loss. I would generally say at least above kind of this area, here. But you also can wait, excuse me, a 3 hour. I mean, I have a feeling it'll be more like this. I mean, maybe you could jump up a little bit higher here, then come down. But yeah. Appreciate the follow to whoever followed. So yeah. And then Bitcoin dominance still pumping. Oh man. That's coming up. Let's look at some of how's Adam doing or whatever. Guys, what's the date for the Shanghai fork for Ethereum where you could if you're staking it on Kraken, it becomes available and you could take it off there? Curious about that. If it breaks 5K in 3 and holds, am I bull or bullish? Yeah, I definitely would if you could close a weekly candle above that. The thing that I would be even more bullish on though is these EMAs on the weekly, if they all can turn bright here, I would be more bullish. I would turn more bullish. And I would think this was the bottom. Until that happens, I don't really think that. Fun fact, we were looking at it before, the NASDAQ looked very similar for that after the 50 or 60% rally during the dot-com bubble crash. So that's why I'm kind of thinking is going to happen. We just roll over here, but yeah. Oh, okay. Let me try to make my voice less deep. Try to speak from my throat. Yeah, maybe the echoing is a little bit bad. A few of my sound panels fell off. Yeah. Let me finish this. Does anybody else hate paper straws? Man, those things are disturbing. March 14th date for Shanghai. Okay. So then, you'll be able to take off your ETH on Kraken that's staked there. So there may be some selling pressure there, especially people wanting to get stuff out of centralized exchanges, I would say. And especially ETH at a freaking high price like this. Let's be real, some people are going to sell. Especially people who've had this staked for a while. So I think that could kind of bring us down to, that's tomorrow. Yeah, it's tomorrow. Yeah, the only thing really bullish right now is the three hour come up. If you look there, it didn't play out too well. There obviously worked. It's not going to be every time. These crossovers, they work to a certain extent. The thing too is usually they work better when you're more sideways. See, right there, here more sideways. That one didn't really, came down a little bit, but here, more sideways, that was good. There, you're a little bit more sideways. Sideways for an elongated. I don't know. Blue big triangle on ETH. Dump it. No more pumped. Yeah. I don't know what it depends. What price did they stake the ETH? It depends. There were many opportunities to do it. It was probably somewhere between I don't know, was it even this long ago? I don't remember. I feel like some of them would be in profit though. I'd have to look that up. Somewhere around 5 to 800, yeah. They're gonna probably take some profits, I would say. People are gonna have stable coins. It could be part of that. Short squeeze. There's a lot of reasons, but yeah, it could be part of that. Ethereum's main blockchain received a Chappelle upgrade 3 or 4 weeks after. The state. Okay, so it's not. Okay, so we gotta wait even longer. Okay, so April. All right. Yeah, 2 3x. Yeah, people would take some profits, I would think, but it depends when they can withdraw it. I mean, it'll probably be in April according to that. Then you do have to usually. I mean, things take time. Oh, this does not look good. That could be a good swing short, 13-day. First time ever on this chart, at least. Is that when Adam first came out? Yeah, it would make sense when it first came out, 2019 or something. And yeah, I mean, blood. I don't. I mean, how would you map this? It could be even like that. I mean, sadly, it could be a nightmare towards the end of the year. Maybe down. I think $2.50 to $5 is a good pocket for this. I think Adam will come back. I kind of like it. It's one of my favorite alts. Some people disagree with me, but I don't know. What was, oh yeah, this guy. Taking its time to do anything here, yeah. Man, that's just a sideways boring area for almost a year now. It's gonna do something soon. That money flow don't look too good. Should Mt. Gox happen these days? Mt. Gox I've been hearing about happening since June of 2022. So, yeah. Possible trade it. Yeah, so I do that stuff in the Discord. There's people paying. It would be unfair to give you guys the exact trade setup. If you're interested, like the description below. Not financial advice, not right 100% of the time. We did have a loser this morning. I shorted too early. So yeah. Thing too is like, let's just look at some of these lower time. Okay, some money flow coming out. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. I mean, 30-minute, so that's confirmed. Bearish div, I think, yeah. Hourly too, and if we look at regulars, that's going to print that bearish div pretty soon. This is the top of the trend line, guys. That's a big place. I think you'll at least come down significantly here. And then, yeah, I mean, this could be the same. There, it's not like the same. Let's see something. Yeah, kinda. Depends how you draw it, you know. Yeah, we're exactly right under there, under that trend line. And then, okay, so let's see this wedge or whatever, technical target for this. Oh God, I would probably do it from there. It's a little bit. You break out of there, right? Yeah, it's insanely low, I know, but could be a good trajectory down. Let's see. April ETH is under 1K. I think we reduce how many stakers we take per validators. Dump though. They have a business to run. Yeah. Let's see, like, what are, let's just, I want to see the ticker. +6, +82. Yeah, and this too, freaking all these bank. I'm surprised people aren't panicking more. Is gold still pumping here? Yep. Still going. Wow. Pretty good jump. I mean, still not at the January highs, but you'll get there, I think. Weekly green. If you like that, and then, yeah, make a higher high here. Your all-time high was in March of 22, yeah. Double top. This is like a giant cup and handle right there. I think it will break up. Let's see here, though. What else was I gonna take a look at? How'd Solana do in all this? So, yeah, the red dot there. Have to get one in the 2 week, yeah. And this pump looks like nothing on some of these alts. They did not, I mean, it came up there if you zoom in, but on Heikens, like weekly, just gives you like a better kind of short entry for the long term here. That's what I kind of think. So yeah. People really think the printer will be turned back on in a full-fledged Fed pivot. The market is ridiculously childish. Fed pivot will dump. Yeah, I don't think that the printer will not be turned on until something breaks. I think until at least everyone's saying we're in a recession. That's, I think, at minimum when the printer will be turned back on. That's going to be a few more months of rate hikes, of 25 basis point rate hikes, I believe. Why is Bitcoin pump so high? Because Bitcoin dominance is coming up, fear of banks, short squeeze. Those are probably the majority of the reasons. And I mean, a lot of retail is gone. A lot of the tourists are gone, you know what I mean? So we're still, more of the long-term people. And the people that are still around, they've become kind of more of Bitcoin maxis. And I mean, the chart don't lie about that Bitcoin dominance. It looks so good there, monthly too. And we were 3-week isn't as that would give us a pump up to 50, which is probably all we need here. Yeah, alts have not done too well in this run. I'm still swinging short on a ton of them. I mean, this could be the jump up to over here. I almost don't think it's going to happen, though, for some reason. I don't know. Let's look at the 90 here. That's coming out. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Hourly, if we could get that bearish div, that would be more momentous. Let's look at the 45. Oh, okay. Someone's printing with money flow coming out. 25 minutes to confirm. Not on Heikens yet, but it could. It will. But yeah, so it's right there. And by the way, guys, if you want to trade some of these trades, I do have a Discord with some entries. Never financial advice. Obviously, you should never blindly follow somebody. I'm not right all the time. Recipe for disaster. But I do have the exclusive Discord, really good community. We do a lot of good TA in there. A lot of long-term stuff. I've been talking about 2 DCA strategies for long-term, even if you're not a trader. Also, we're doing a trading competition on MEXC. You can win $250 if you're in first place. Here's the leaderboard right now. The odds are pretty good. The odds are pretty good in your favor, I think. So yeah, check it out. Make sure you read what you need to do here. And you don't need a VPN for this. And if you're in the US, Canada, Australia, or the UK, you can get $20 just with my link if you sign up. You don't even have to deposit. And I would suggest using that to mess around with the exchange, see if you actually like it, like the interface. And if you sign up to any of the exchanges down below, BitGet or BITGET too, deposit at least $100 and with my link, and send me the UID or the email you used to sign up on the and send me a DM on Discord with that. I will give you 1 free month. So let's see here. Apex. I gotta look into that DCF. I forget what that even is. What altcoins am I thinking? A lot of them could take a big drop down. Solana can. AVAX can. This absolutely can. What was the one with the Atom can. Phantom. Phantom absolutely can. On this weekly, this 2-week coming out, a lot of these could take a big hit. So yeah. Hex can. I don't know about that, but yeah, a lot of them can. A lot of them really can here. And let's see. That's that's a little bit higher than this is really freaking pumping. Yeah, wow. To 1912, how's silver? Looking at like a precious metals rally here, yeah. Wow. Didn't know it would be that quick, but I ain't complaining. That's, yeah. $45, that confirms 22. S&P 500. Yeah, I'm more bearish. I think we could see a bottom into mid to later this year, maybe like early next year, worst case scenario. How long after Bitcoin bottoms is here next year? Altcoins find some sort of bottom. So they'll bottom with Bitcoin most likely, but they won't bottom against Bitcoin till usually like 6 months after or more. So it may not be until sometime in 2024. Could be different this time though. Yeah. So let's see what's happening here. Yeah, so you got the trigger wave game. Coming up a little bit here. Yeah, that's what our size coming up. That's coming up right there. Bitcoin or gold? That's a good question. Let's look at that. So let's look at gold versus NDQ after the .com bubble. This would be probably the base comparison we could kind of make here. Let's get this up in the monthly. Let's look at what happened here. So it outperformed from the bottom in the .com bubble. It outperformed NASDAQ by 570% for next 2 years, and then went up even higher, which is crazy. Let's look at what gold has done against Bitcoin so far. Obviously, I don't know if it's going to do the same thing, but I think that, we've already outperformed it from the Bitcoin's top there by 300%. My feeling is you could get kind of up to this area, so that would bring us up to potentially 500 something percent, maybe up to here, maybe. I think you're getting kind of close to the top on this though. You do have the trigger wave in the weekly, monthly in the green for the first time. You did have the red dot though, so I think you're kind of getting close to the top on this, but I think she's got a little bit left. Maybe if Bitcoin bottoms out in October, right there, that would be the big place to trade some of your gold for Bitcoin. I think since Bitcoin has a lot of the utilities that gold has, that it's probably not going to be as good of a decade against, like the gold was versus NASDAQ. In terms of this, you should have held on to gold until 09, until really, until 11, and then look at what happened here, then get into the NASDAQ. Kind of that trajectory. And now you would be getting back into gold from you see the same thing. The monthly there, same trajectory. And I think this, you could probably, that'd be interesting. How much? Yeah, I think you can outperform the NASDAQ 250% or something with gold. Over, let's see where that, yeah. Over the next 3 to 5 years, maybe. Bear market altcoin picks, there's a lot of them, man. You got to go through. Yeah, I'm planning on buying probably 20 to 30 of them. Good diversified portfolio. Some will do very well, some will do nothing. That's venture capitalism right there. And there's going to be, that's the thing too, that there's going to be new ones that come out that could go crazy in the next bull run as well. There's going to be new ones that come out this year. There's going to be new ones that come out next year that may go crazy in the next bull run. So got to keep your eye on that too. So yeah. I want to look at like ETH Classic. This is maybe I was on Coupon longer. That looks bad. Yeah, red X there, red X there. I think this is going to come back down, come home to these areas, 6 something. I want to look at Doge. Yeah, this is seeing nothing in this rally. 3-week red dot, 2-week double blood. This is so freaking bad right now. Does ADA have the ability to overtake ETH? Probably not, but who knows? Maybe, but it would take time. Hitting the top of that trend line there. Yeah, we're re-hitting that one. Descending. Imagine if this just shoots up to that point. I mean, I guess it could. I don't think it will. Yeah, we're jumping. But we're hitting this. Unless I didn't draw it the best way, but yeah. Yeah. It is reacting to it. No, it's not. Never mind. I mean, if you stare at it long enough, everything makes sense. Is that confirming 17 to 45 there? Let's look at how is our traditional markets pumping? Not really. It's at a couple hundred points though. Yeah. Man, this was a volatile day, man. This was a volatile day. Look at the Fox Business articles there. $1 billion, wow. So after taxes, probably like 900 million. Wow. $22 million mansion there. Where is this? California? Yeah, it's in LA. Oh yeah, Hollywood Hills. Ooh, that's interesting. Well, they wouldn't have let him buy the damn house if if it did. He'll just not be able to buy it then. But that's wild. Just imagine that, to win all that money. I mean, most of them do lose all the money though, and I feel like somebody who, just immediately buys something that big, like, well, he's gonna have 400 million after, he should be fine. But a lot of them do lose the money and just end up back where they were. More about your paradigm. Oh yeah, March Mad, that's going on, yeah. Look at the funding fees here. Generally more positive, but yeah. Four-hour VWAP and above the zero line for a while here. Once that finally comes down, man. Money flow coming out there. 45 is more bearish. I mean, sure, can you pump up this area, test the 200 again? Sure. Do I think you're going to push through it? Probably not, but man, we'll see. I think it's most likely just still like, dot-com bubble, little short squeeze, rally, based on things going on. And I think CPI probably brings us down tomorrow. But anything is possible, as always. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, let's see. I think that I'm going to get off in a minute here. We talked about a lot of stuff. I want you guys to check out the trading competition down below for MEXC. First link down below, 7 days until it ends. Win $250. The odds are pretty good, basically 1 in 10 here to potentially win, or none of these people are doing too well, so not too bad. And yeah, let's see there. So these are details. You don't need a VPN. And if you sign up with my link and deposit at least $100 in any of the exchanges down below, I'll give you 1 free month in exclusive Discord. Just send me your UID or your email you used to sign up with in a DM on Discord. And let's see. Yeah, if you're in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, for this, you could get, with my link, get $20 free money just for signing up with my link. And you don't have to deposit anything for that. I would suggest you just use that to learn how to use the exchange. Make sure you like the interface. So yeah, I guess it's not a lot of money, but enough to play around with the exchange. So yeah, and then the 1 minute, this is coming down right there, and then the 5, that's coming down. I think that with the 3, this would kind of reject here and come down a bit more. I think we're going to be sideways for a bit, and then I think we'll see something happen tomorrow with the CPI report. I could see us being sideways kind of theoretically until then. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to get off. Really appreciate you guys. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, follow me on Twitter as well. Hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. I do have a trading course if you guys are interested in that as well. Link in the description below with the discount code down below. A lot of people have really liked it. And then the Discord link is down below as well. So check all those things out.